Hey guys, Bill and the Man's here. Justin Von Doom bringing you session 2 of Within Mist and Shadows. Our player Joe, who's playing Durzub, isn't here at the moment. He might show up later. We're going to get past that. As we last left off, our contracts, I've been calling you guys contracts, took upon a mission by a man named Deadeye Pearson to travel from Middleport to Magnimar to get some goods. They've defeated some bandits and they are setting up camp. Ahead of time, me and Joe, Durzub, who's the boss, has set up a watch. I'm assuming it's going to be like 3-hour watches, a 12-hour period, I'm going to guess. We've got our first watch set up, which is on a rock, Blood Kyle, Adelbeth, and Elsdosi, the half-elf sisters.
You can call me Torn, like
Tornheart?
Yeah, you can just call me Torn if you want.
Okay, fair enough. Camp is being set up. Is there anything anybody wants to do? Jalen, he's going to start like scouting the perimeter. Durzub, because he's boss, is like telling people to gather firewood. I know a lot about his backstory, of course, because I'm running the game, and he's all about like crap like this. And so he's like ordering people to get firewood, you know, kind of watch the perimeter and whatnot. So Jalen, that's the first thing he starts doing.
Who was the person in, while we had that fight with the bandits? Who was the one slinging spells along with me?
Did you actually have to pay attention to that? Think about it. You're in combat.
That's true. Well,
the only person you noticed was Varlone because he was up there in your area. He was the guy slinging acid at everybody. You do know by looking at people that were damaged, there is another person. There was some people slinging spells.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't think that you would see them in the heat battle compared to where I remember where they were at and where you were at.
Yeah, I was kind of.
Now you can ask.
In our line. Well, I'm going to. I'm
okay.
Curious. My crap is new to me. Like, I'm trying to figure things out.
Zarlone, which was the guy that was in front of you, he's
right.
second in command. He slings spells.
He was the one slinging acid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in, well, I guess that would pique my interest, but I'm more interested in the one that was popping
magic
missiles like I was.
I do believe that would be... That is... Elsdosi, she's one of the half-elf sisters.
Oh, that's okay. That'll work.
Yeah,
tonight then.
Yeah, that you were already interested in them. Yes, they are both spellcasters actually.
Okay.
But one is a brawler spellcaster, or one is just sling spells.
Ooh.
So
I might like both of them.
Well, they cover with each other.
Mm-hmm.
As you would remember, what you had seen, you might hear him talk about this. Eldosi's the one who all the color jumped out of her hand, and it knocked him out and some other bandits out. And then you slit one of their throats.
I've seen lots.
So, you know, everybody's setting up perimeter, setting up a camp. I guess whatever she's doing, you're going to like kind of approach over there and help them do whatever they're doing.
Yeah. I'll just kind of just go over there. I mean, if they're setting up like starting fires and stuff like that, I'll come over there and help.
Yeah, she's with her sister. They're almost like inseparable. You notice kind of during combat, they were helping each other, so they weren't really worried about anybody else.
I just, I go over and I'm sure I noticed the color coming out everywhere, and that probably caught my eye whenever she did the color spray.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of look back.
You know what color spray is?
I do, out of game. My half-orc doesn't, but he knows what color is. So.
Yeah.
So I'll, whenever I look back, I noticed they were the two back there. So during our watch, I'll actually start to talk to them about.
Okay, so you're gonna say that conversation for a while.
Yeah, for watch, yeah.
Before we start, any watch, anything you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Approach people, kind of talk to them.
I want to look around. Are we mainly on flat ground?
It's flat ground. I will let you know. Okay, by the route that Varlone has shown you guys from where you're at, it's all flat ground until you're going to hit the river, and the river turns into marshland.
Is there any trees or anything?
Oh, you see trees dotted here and there. you're not in a forest by no means. I mean, it's straight flat land, high grass and
I'll
stuff.
probably pick a few out that I could probably climb into when it's my turn on watch. That ain't too far away from the camp. I feel that my eyes are better up high than down low. I ain't gonna tell anybody I'm doing this, but till it's my watch.
Okay, well, during your watch, you can just.
I'll probably talk to a few people and find out who I'm gonna be on watch with.
Okay. Well, if you want to watch, or write down your watch, it's you, Barlone, and Durzub. So you're literally on watch with both of the people in command.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So that might,
I wish Joe was here.
that might get interesting for you, yeah. Considering your incident last week. What about you?
I'll go check up on Yuri. She was riding with me when we
Yeah,
got
she's
that.
pretty banged up. I mean, Barlone did heal her with a potion. I mean, she was brink of death, and she's pretty beat up. Which she was riding with, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
How injured does she look right now?
well, she's healed, but I mean, she's more rested up. I mean, besides being banned, I mean, it's magic, so it heals her up. She's more fatigued than she is anything. Being human, you know, she's not the type of human that you are. You've never seen anybody that looks like this.
She's black.
In the world of Pathfinder, in the world of RP, unless you have a black man in your group, there usually isn't any black people. I can say I've had a black man in my game before. Played by a black man who played a samurai. It was very strange. Anyways, yeah.
Did he have an afro?
Yes, actually he did. His Afro Samurai was really big at the time.
I figured.
You do find her attractive. She is attractive.
Hey,
Is there anything you want to ask her in particular?
Maybe he
or
likes other types of things.
Well,
Dudes.
I was going to try to get to know her on the ride there until we got ambushed.
Well, yeah, the ride
Yeah.
after you got ambushed. Well, you probably did. I mean, it was a while. It was like 4 in the afternoon. When you were ambushed, so you talked to her. She's very withdrawn. She don't talk a lot. When she talks to you, her comment is very broken. Almost like when you hear, when you've heard Durzub talk common, very broken. Like, out of game purposes, she's Asian. So, you know how when Asians don't know a lot of English. Think about when you go eat Chinese, and you know,
Yeah.
you know that's extremely,
Pretty accurate.
you know.
So when you're like, hi, she's like, oh,
It's very
hello.
racial profiling. I know. It's horrible.
Oh, hello.
But, yeah. Not to that degree. But,
Oh man.
but you know, well, she'll let you know that she's new. She was new to the city, looking for work, with her type of skill set, you know, with that type of pace. All the armor she wears and what clothing she has on is completely foreign to you, and you looking around with everybody else got that completely foreign. Weapons, nothing you've ever seen before. I mean, she is human like you, and like him, and like Jalen, but her type of human sticks out like a sore thumb. Like women, you've never seen women look like this.
Short.
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah, she's probably like 5'3".
She's
small.
dude. When she's riding her horse, like she can't drive this horse at all. It's everywhere. That's so racist.
But your wife watches this one. She's gonna think, what the
She's
hell?
not going to.
If anybody has anything else they want to do for the night, we'll move on to watch.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, Durzub gives out your watch list, hoping that spellcasters, since him and Varlone have talked, will need 8 hours of rest. And what he considers is the main 3 spellcasters will go on first break. Varlone being an elf only needs 4 hours of rest. So first watch will be Ornock, Delabeth, Nelson Dosi. You got a 3-hour watch.
Okay.
I know you said you want to talk to him.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, it's just gonna go down like I'm just really gonna ask questions. I'm gonna say I noticed you you have power like I do, but it seems different. I can only do certain things. I asked them, how do they control it? Whenever I discovered that I have power, I've been scared and tried to defend myself, and I burned a guy to death. I didn't even realize I did it.
Delbeth, the crazy one, the sister barks at, she's like, it's because you're a fucking orc. And she gives you this look like, seriously, you don't know that? Elsie, she'll laugh, and she'll tell you, well, basically what she said, and we're elves, we get practice, you probably lived in a cave. Jokingly. I mean, but in all seriousness, that's what she says. You're an orc, and we're elven blood. And we get practice at this.
Well, I asked about it. I said, do you study? Is it something you?
She pulls out a spell book.
Okay.
And she'll tell you that I practice my magic, and she'll tell you her sister's is more of a natural thing. And it only comes when she's in a fury for the most part.
Okay. So it's kind of like I am.
Mine is controlled and hers is chaos. You know, we're two sides of a coin. And by looking at the way they both dress, it almost is appropriate.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell her mine is completely unpracticed. I mean, I don't read book.
Delbeth, in a more sarcastic, smart-ass tone, will tell you, well, maybe you just need to let loose. You're an orc.
Well, that's what I've been doing, and it's starting to funnel through me now.
Do you speak Elven?
No.
They begin a conversation in Elven. There's a lot of laughing.
Yeah,
of course, they're cutting eyes at you the entire time.
If they speak Orc Common or Draconic.
Well, they don't. They speak most of them. There's not very many languages in between both of them. They don't speak. She'll like, well, then show me what you can do. That's what else does he say.
Okay. I will. I don't know. I'll pick a stump that I can do, and then I'll take my hands and I'll go like this, and I'll just shoot fire out of my hands. You know, burning hands, basically. I'll show them that.
She's not pressed, which she actually has. I do believe both those herself. Actually, no, she does not have Flaming Burst. She does have Magic Missile. I think her sister, on the other hand, does have that.
And I'll tell her.
Yeah, she does.
And I'll tell her earlier, whenever we got done with the fight, everybody was passing around and drinking stuff. And as I was looking, I said I wanted to see something. I wanted to see one because they were glowing, and I've never seen anything like that before. Detect magic.
Oh, okay. She'll tell you. She'll ask you if you maybe do you meditate? Do you sit around and try to concentrate, focus, try to harness?
I have been since this has kind of started. I realize after a good rest, I'll meditate a little bit, and then I get to, I'm able to do this a little better than just on the fly.
She'll tell you most mortals need to be well rested to cast any type of magic, unless you're of our half-kin, and she'll run over to Barlone, who is just kind of watching around the fire. With his type, they don't require a lot of rest, but it's almost equal to what we need. She suggests, being your race, maybe you should talk to her. And she'll point at Garuza. She's asleep.
That's
the half orc.
Skull. Skull splitter. Was that
Shatter Skull.
Shatter Skull. Yeah.
She is just like you. Maybe she is more adapted into your
Picture
way.
awesome calm every time you say that.
We'll consider her to look like awesome calm.
But or
Dreads, big tusk.
All right. Well, I mean, as a night.
But she'll just suggest you rest for the night, and then watch most of us, and most of us will either pray, concentrate, something to focus us in the morning. She's like, me, I study my book in the morning. My sister usually just seethes. She'll sit around and just seethe for a while, and it's how she gets her magic herself. She's like, everybody's got their own thing.
Okay. I mean, I honestly know what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm just arcane. Well, through the night, I mean, I had to talk with her. Through the night, I'll do stuff like mage hand. I'll like pick stuff up. I'll just kind of practice with my cantrips, really, basically.
What are your cantrips?
I detect magic, mage hand, message, spark, and ghost sound.
Okay. What was that? Detect magic. What else?
Detect magic, mage hand, message, spark. I mean, I can just start with
She's got spark too.
and then ghost sound.
Well, she's seen it. There's anything she can learn from you because she practices magic. She's a warlock.
Yeah.
So she has to, how wizards and warlocks work. They can take spells down. Anything else between these two you want to have a conversation about?
Not really. I mean, if they, I'll talk about really anything with them.
Depends on what you talk about. They're very
Yeah.
to themselves.
Exactly. I kind of figured they were.
If you're not going to talk about anything, if you don't throw me something, that's not going to catch their attention. They're not worried about it.
That's what I want to say. Basically, after we talk about that, I'll just pretty much take watch.
Yeah, because you're talking magic to her, that'll catch her attention. Her sister don't really care.
I'm gonna get away from the fire a little bit. I have 90 feet of dark vision.
Okay. You let your dark vision hit, so
Yeah.
you'll be like 30, 40 foot from the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unless you talk to them, it's Elven the entire time.
Okay.
By the time your watch is over, Varlone will go to sleep. Lee is asleep. Durzub is asleep. We'll go to second watch, which is Garrot, Stonebeard, and Inara. So you wake them up, go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll try to get some sleep.
Lenora will get up. Stonebeard, on the other hand, is very difficult to wake up.
Of course. Stupid orc.
He's not an orc, he's a dwarf.
Dwarf, yeah.
That dwarf.
Yeah, he's pretty hard to wake up. Like, okay. Tell nothing else does, he kind of leave you to wake everybody up.
Okay.
Who are you waking up first? Making this easier on you.
Who was it? There was three of
You
them.
got Garrett,
Yeah.
Stonebeard the dwarf, Inara the halfling.
Hell, I mean, I'll just go down the line just like that. I'll wake up.
Him, and then let him wake up the rest of them?
No, I'll wake up Garrett.
Okay.
Kind of get him situated, let him start to get prepared. I'll move on to Stonebeard.
He's the difficult one to wake up.
Right.
You just kind of, what are you going to do to wake him up? How are you waking everybody? It's like shake them, give him a little kick, or just yell.
I won't kick him. I'll just, hey, it's your turn. Your time to go.
And he just rolls over.
Well, I'll let him go and I'll go get the halfling.
Okay, Inara,
And
she
then-
wakes up pretty easy, regrettably, because she's a caster herself, and she feels as if she's the one that is getting screwed in all this. But, yeah, she'll wake up though.
And then I'll go back to Stonebeard if he's not up.
Nope, not up.
He's not up. Well, I'll attempt a little more.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'll get a little louder. Tell him rise and shine. Time to keep everybody else safe as I've been doing.
How loud? Because you got other people sleeping.
Well, I won't wake them up. I mean, I'll be closer to him.
Nope. Tells you, you stick an orc, fuck off. Try to sleep. There's still other people on watch.
what he does? He farts on
Farts. Kind of hikes his leg up toward the fire. Giggles a little. I'll go back to sleep.
I'll try one more time, and then after that, it'll kind of piss me off
All right.
if he doesn't get up.
We'll try to wake him up again.
Yeah.
This is before you're mad, right?
Yeah.
He won't even budge this time.
Okay. Well, I'll tell him time to get up. I'll intimidate him.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll that intimidate.
17. Oh, let's see. I don't roll. Do I roll intimidate?
Yeah, you gotta roll the intimidate versus.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let's back this thing up.
What'd you just roll?
I have to roll intimidate versus his.
I already got it figured out.
Okay.
You just let me know what you need.
All right. Shit. What I roll?
17, I think.
Yeah, he said 17.
Okay, 17. Then
Begrudgingly, you will get up. Like, oh, roaming perception.
Me?
Yeah.
I got terrible perception. 4.
You're up, roaming perception.
I have a -1 in perception, so.
19.
You notice as he's getting up, he does grab his axe. But it doesn't look like he's going to make a move on him. He's almost like he's got intentions if things go bad here.
Oh, when he starts starting to wake up, I'll put my hand down and I'll help him up.
He'll just slap your hand aside and
That's
he
fine.
gets up. He gets up.
I don't think I'm like regular orcs. I don't have hatred toward. You know how like
Yeah.
orcs and
Yeah.
dwarf. I don't
I
have
gotcha.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he has that animosity.
I know.
You're gonna sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
So
After I intimidate
there it's
somebody.
you,
That's
Stonebeard, and Anara for 3 hours. Like he did, feel free to conversate with them. You could just take watch if you want. It's all up to you. Stonebeard will find something to eat. I will say Jalen probably got some conies and stuff like that. It was good for him. He'll grab some to eat. Anara takes watch. She really doesn't say much to anybody, but she's doing her job as she polishes her shield.
I'll talk to Stonebeard about. I noticed the hatred you were shooting towards the boss.
Towards your boss. I just said that. I need to do something real quick. Can you tell? He's boy, don't you know anything? Have you seen him? And he'd be like, you seen him? And point to him.
Point at me.
And that bitch, you seen me? Like, do you not understand?
I see. But what have you seen?
He looks at you confused, like, what are you getting at?
I do not think the boss is what he thinks it, what you perceive him as.
A stinking orc. You don't get much uglier than that. Admittedly, he's uglier than the other two.
He's also shorter than the other two.
Very much
He's
shorter.
like, what are you trying to say? Because, I mean, he looks at him like, points at himself like, what are you trying to say? Because he's short.
He's pretty.
He's a dwarf, you know.
Yeah.
I think our boss is not what he perceives himself to be.
You say he ain't the boss. You realize this guy's not that bright.
Yeah.
I think you're the only person that's picked up on anything.
Anara kind of chimes in. She don't really look your way. She's like, I've noticed he's funny too. And she just continues to like polish her shield and like watch him out. She's like maybe like 10 foot from the fire. Because most people, you know, just camp sit around the fire. She'll tell you she noticed he's a little strange.
Doesn't really act like an orc, does he?
She tells you this is the first time she's ever encountered any orcs. She's like, in dwarfs, and I've had some experience with elves, and mostly it's just been humans. She's like, you know, this is all new to me.
say, you might want to keep a better eye on him.
And he's like, it's a dork. He doesn't. You can tell he doesn't seem to care what you're talking about. Like I said, she's not looking at you, but she kind of nods her head. You know, like she understands what you're talking about. You know, like very, very much. She shakes her head, like she realizes what you're getting at. I know what you know. She doesn't know what you know, but she's coming really close to noticing.
But
Thank you for reminding me of that, by the way.
you're welcome.
Because I knew there was something I was forgetting.
I'll say, I know some things about the death, and the skin that he has doesn't look like living skin.
Yeah. He tells you, Stonebeard's like, why are you so obsessed with an orc? And he's like, you want some orc? And he points over at her. And make a man out of you. And he just keeps nudging his way towards her.
I've already had him.
He just laughs. He's like, nasty human. He's like, obviously all three of them's had half of one too.
Well, our ancestors did.
Well, I don't know their father might have. Are you going to continue this conversation with him?
No.
I mean, he's going to go along with it. He will talk to you about it. He just thinks you're just crazy because to him it's an orc.
He's set in his ways.
He's very, very set in his ways.
I'll go talk to Nora.
Okay. She's polishing her shield and looking out in the darkness. And you have a seat beside her. And she's like, sorry, you're right. She's like, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something very strange about him. She's like, and I don't know what it is yet. She's like, and honestly, I don't know if I want to know.
I'm willing to bet you won't.
And she was like, then keep it to yourself. I mean, when you say that, I mean, she looks a little worried, like, keep it to yourself. She will actually make very good conversation with you. She'll ask you, you know, were you born in rural poor? You know, she'll start to ask you just small personal stuff, not anything too deep. Just ask you, you know, where you're from in rural poor, what do you do, why are you doing this job? And you feel free to answer that any way you want. But she will make small talk with you.
Yeah.
She's very friendly. So far out of everybody you encounter, she's probably the most friendliest person here. Roll me a sense motive.
This is the Asian girl, right?
No, this is the halfling female.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
13.
13. You're talking to her, and you're beginning to think that she might be a little out of her element with all these people. Like she doesn't fit in at all. Got religious knowledge?
I do. 18.
Give me just a second. And you get some information. You're sitting there, and she's got her armor on. She's the most, like I said, she's the most headlessly armed person in here.
Oh, she was the one. She was the one with the big shield, and
Yeah,
she
she's
just
like
looked
all
a
you
tank
see is like the open of her visor,
Yeah.
and she was a person running around just bashing people with a shield.
That's right.
You noticed that her holy symbol on her shield, she's got her necklace out on display, and it's a halfling deity named Chaldria Zusterton. Cannot pronounce that language. But, well, you know she is actually a close friend of the deity Desna, and revered as a god in halfling society. She is basically like the halfling god of battle. And like she polishes. Every time she might wipe like a circle around her shield, and she'll keep going deeper. She wipes that circle, and then she'll wipe her holy symbol, and get another circle in, and wipe her holy symbol. But like I said, she's very friendly. Anything you feel that anything you would ask her, she would probably just honestly, openly answer. She seems to be very trustworthy. Which is probably something you have not felt from anybody that you've talked to yet.
Yeah.
You noticed, and also know about the deity being a good aligned deity, knowing people are sitting around, you can tell she's very, very out of place. By what you've gathered so far with everybody.
Okay.
So is there anything you want to ask her? Anything of importance?
I'll ask her what her fighting style was. I know she led with the shield, and
She said, she tells you the best offense is the defense. You noticed, because you were actually fighting on the side that she was on, she's all shield in front of her, and she tries to get in as close as possible before she even starts anything. Like, you noticed, people were welling on her. She just held that shield up and waited for her opening, and then boom, she was just plowing people with the shield. She's very defense over everything, over damage, over attack. She's all about defense. And she does, you know, she kind of points around at everybody, you know, I'm the smallest person here. She's like, I'm already hard enough to hit. Might as well make it harder.
understood. Did she just take this job because?
She does. She was looking at just for work, actually wanting to live in Magnimar, but money's a little bit harder to make down there, being short folk in a port city. So someone pointed her here, and she's already starting to regret it.
Okay.
Only perception. Like this entire time, she really doesn't take her eyes towards you or off her shoulder. She's just steadily staring out to the darkness.
11.
11. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. But like I said, the more you talk to her, the more she's going to talk back. You're sitting there, you guys are having a conversation, and you hear, "Why don't you just put your dick in her?" And you hear,
I wish you didn't hate me so much. I would love Stonebeard.
I might, George.
and he's like, "I'm not with you."
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
He just, he just laughs a little louder. She just, under her breath, she's like, "That's disgusting." You're blowing it.
You're blowing it.
Anything else you want to ask her?
I don't think that's enough for tonight.
Ask her to put your dick in her.
Ask her to do it. That's a little bit handsome. Make your dick really, really big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
He's gonna make tiny porn while we're playing Pathfinder. Anything else you want to do within your 3 hours of watch?
No, not tonight.
Not tonight. Alright. Roll off with me. Got a 16.
I got a 3.
Okay. Should tell you that I'll go ahead, wake everybody up. You go ahead and go to bed. Stonebeard is like laying on the ground like 30 minutes for you guys to shift even up, and he's out of it. You can attempt to wake him up. It's completely up to you.
Now it's time to sleep anyway.
Yeah.
So you just gonna let him go?
Yeah.
All right.
That may give him the impression that you're a bitch.